Hi, it's time for your Focus for the Week tarot video for the week of Sunday, December 24th, 2017. That means that we are at the last week of the year for 2017. So let's take a look at 3 cards for you and see what you can think about and focus on as you go throughout this week. Okay, oh, interesting. So the first card that you got is the Judgment card in reverse. So this is the 20th card of the Major Arcana. And when we see it upright, we see that there's this external force that's calling people, like with a trumpet. It's an angel, and it's calling these people out of these dark places and calling them awake, and they're like lifting out, and they're listening and rejoicing in the sound. So since you got this card in reverse, I'm getting the sense that you are already awake. You actually have received a message, but not an external message from someone outside of you, but from within yourself. So you have had something emanating or pulsing or giving you some kind of a nudge or some kind of a feeling inside of yourself, and you're already awake. You've already received that message. You don't need to be called for it now. But I think the reason that you got this card this week is it is confirming for you, yes, feel rejoiceful, if that's a word. Joy, rejoice in it. Feel called to something and take action and go ahead and take the next step or move ahead. This is definitely something that's going to help you achieve your goals and help you find fulfillment. Okay, the next card that you got, interesting, also in reverse, also a major player, the Tower card, also in reverse. So when we see this card upright, we see this destruction, this sudden force, unexpected, just out of the blue, and coming and just toppling this structure down to its foundation, and it's scaring people, and people are nervous and worried, and they're taking crazy reactive action because they don't know what else to do, right? That's what we see when we get this card upright. But again, you got this card in reverse just like you got the Judgment card in reverse, and what it's making me think of for you is that you will, of course, face obstacles. We all do. You will have things happen to you that are unexpected and that come to you out of the blue, but it's not going to cause you to be shaken to your core. It's not going to topple you over, and it's not going to cause you to react in a fearful manner, because again, this is something that you've decided to do, and that it's coming from deep inside you. It's coming from your intuition. It's not that you're doing whatever you've decided to do in reaction to someone else's message or in reaction to someone else's directives. This is something that you know is good for you. So as you encounter unexpected things, or as you encounter crises, a crisis, or as you encounter something that could topple you or could topple someone else in your situation, you're actually going to use it as fuel for your fire here. That's why we see these flames here kind of underneath, and it's actually going to fuel you, and it's going to propel you. You're going to realize, oh yeah, this is what I knew would happen. I knew that there would be something unexpected. I knew that there would be some difficulties and some hardships, and this is going to test me, and this is going to cause me to learn, and this is how I get stronger, and this is how I move through things. So as these events come to you, of course, in the initial moment, you can be disappointed and wish they hadn't have come, but then also see it in the frame of the big picture. What can it teach you? How can it strengthen you? What can you learn from it? And how does it make you better at what you are and what you do? Okay, and the third card, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so what I think about this card for you with this reading is you will have so many choices. You will have so many opportunities. Some will seem wonderful. Some will seem crazy. Some will seem puzzling, like what does this even have to do with anything? And I think you have a lot of choices ahead of you. And I think the case here is don't let those choices cloud you. Don't let the choices confuse you. choose something and move on, right? Choose something and go for it. And if it's the wrong choice, not even that there's such a thing as a wrong choice, right? But if as you start you realize, I'm not sure how this is working, let me change direction or let me recalibrate, that's fine. I just don't want you to be stuck by indecision, right? So go ahead and choose something. You don't have to justify your choice to yourself or to anyone else, really, but just go ahead and choose something and take some steps towards it, and then you can adjust or make adjustments if you need to. But it's really, this card is giving you a little bit of a warning of don't be stopped in your tracks with the cloud of choice, right? With not knowing what to choose. Just go ahead and make a choice and move forward. So there's your advice for this week. I hope it gives you something to think about, and I hope it propels you forward. Let's take a look and see what the numbers are. So you got 20 plus 16 is 36, plus 7 is 43, and 4 plus 3 is 7. So yeah, this is a little bit too about being looking inward, reflective, thinking, meditative, looking inward at your own thoughts and thinking about what you think about. So it's a little bit meta even, right? So yeah, so take some time this week to maybe forecast what might an obstacle be that you can use as a strengthening device for yourself. Think about what choices you might be faced with, which at the onset might feel overwhelming, but really then if you just choose one and move forward with it, it will actually help you progress. And think about what you personally feel internally called to do, or what you've already been called. You're already awake. You already know what you want to do. You don't need an external force telling you. So that's really exciting. So there you go. That's your reading for this week. I hope it gives you something to think about. I hope it's food for thought for you. I do want to remind you that the membership is open. So if you're interested in having a tarot reading once a month, starting in January 2018, you can sign up. You'll get priority booking, so you can choose the time that works best for you. You'll know that you have some time carved out for yourself each month to check in with the cards, to get some intuitive guidance, to have a chance to have your thoughts and feelings validated, confirmed, or maybe even challenged in a friendly, loving, non-judgmental way. So I'll include a link in this week's email so that you can check out that program to see if it's right for you. And I'll be closing the membership for January on Wednesday the 27th. So make sure if you plan to join to get that taken care of by this Wednesday. Otherwise, you'll have to wait another month before you can join. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some guidance for this week's reading and I will see you next Sunday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.